Shalom to the nation of Israel. This is Barazal coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson to be titled, Not Having Faith is Sin. All right. And the times we're in right now, having faith is important. Right? And if not, having more faith is important. Like, you should be increasing your faith. If anything, praying to Yahweh Shai to increase it. Because faith is a gift, right? So this is what the etymology has for the word faith. Faithfulness to a trust or a promise. Right? So we trust in Yahweh Shai that, he'll come and save the hopeful elect. And, the hopeful elect are his servants, the ones that are doing his, following his word to the best of their ability, right? Preaching the word and applying it. Belief, right? So we have to believe. To have faith, you have to believe, because that's what it is. You believe. If you don't believe, you can't, right? If you don't believe in something, then you don't have any faith. You don't trust in it because you don't believe it. You don't believe it's real, right? Confidence, yeah. You have to be confident in what you're believing in, right? Because I believe the word confidence means with faith, right? Because like someone believing in themselves, to believe in yourselves is being confident in yourself. You're being confident, right? That's belief in yourself, right? So believing in Yahweh Shem Yoshai is that we're confident in Yahweh Shem Yoshai, in the truth, right? So that's on that. Don't need to keep going. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, right? So you have to believe that it's real. That's what faith is. So it's things hoped for. So we're hoping that we're one of that's what we call ourselves, the hopeful elect, right? We hope that we're going to be chosen and beamed up in the chariots, saved from the destruction, given the spiritual powers, given the new bodies, being ruling with Yahweh Shem Yoshai. We're ruling with Yahweh Shai, right? Under Yahweh, but ruling under Yahweh Shai, right? Ruling with him in the kingdom, right? Over all the nations and Israel, right? So that's the hope, right? Hoping that all our work is being, that's for a greater cause. That's what we believe in, right? Because another scripture says faith without works is dead. So if you truly believe, you're going to have the works. You're going to be doing the works because you believe. But you can't be saved just by the works also, right? So just because you have all these works doesn't mean you're going to be saved because you do all those works. Because, for example, you have men that were, in the truth for many years. They did all these works, but they fell out. So you have to have both. You can't just have works and not have faith because they fell out because they basically were not patient anymore. They couldn't wait. They're being impatient. They're like, oh, it's not coming, right? That's part of the reason why it happened. There's other spiritual reasons, right? Because it was supposed to happen for a reason. For examples, for other brothers coming in to see and see what happens if you don't do certain things, right? But the point is that you need faith and the works, right? But it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So things we can't see. We can't see Yahweh Shai. We can't see Yahweh. We can't see the kingdom. We can't see spiritual things. We physically can't see it, but you can see it. If you really have the spiritual eye, you can see it when it's happening. But, things like that, like we can't see it, but we believe it, right? Because we believe it, we know it's there. That's why we can see it, just like the wind, right? We don't see the wind, but we see what the wind causes when it blows, right? It makes the trees move, makes the leaves rustle, right? It can cause cans to start, flying in the air. It causes cars to move, but you can't actually see the wind. It's the same thing with spiritual things. You can't see it, but you can see the result of what it's doing, right? So you can see it, but you have to believe it, though. See, it goes back to that, right? So I don't want to keep talking. Let's just keep it moving. So we're going to go to wisdom of Solomon. Actually, we're going to go to Romans 14. Romans 14 and 23. Okay. Romans 14:23. And he that doubted is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith, for whatsoever is not of faith is sin. So basically, like I was talking about those men that were in the truth for many years, and they're eating the roll, they're eating the roll and everything, but they doubted whether it was real or not. They had doubt in their mind, right? Which made them, go astray, being impatient or taking a bag or, chase after a woman, whatever it was. It made them go astray because they doubted, right? That's what he said. And he that doubted is damned if he eat. So because they doubt, they were damned when they ate the roll, right? Coming to the truth, because they didn't truly believe. Because he eateth not of faith, right? So he didn't believe. He wasn't eating of faith. He was eating of carnal things. He's only looking at things he can see. So he wasn't being spiritual. He didn't put off that old man and put on the new man. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin, right? So if it's not of faith, then it's sin. You're sinning because you're lying. Right? You're really lying to Yahweh Shem Shai. You're saying that you're coming because to do the work, you have to believe. And you're telling them, oh, I believe, but then you don't because you're doubting. So you're sinning, right? So now Romans 8 and 24. Romans 8 and 24. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? Exactly. So if you see something, you can't hope for it because you can see it. Right? What's the point of hoping for it if you can see it? Right? Like if you knew you're one of the elect, are you going to be calling yourself the hopeful elect? Are you even going to be hoping for the kingdom, like hoping that you're one of the elect, one of the men that are going to get beamed up in the chariots? No. And if you don't, let's say you already knew that, then you're not going to do any works. She's like, well, I already know. All right. So you're not going to be hoping for anything. You're not going to be working. You're not going to be striving. You're not going to be suffering. Right. You're going to be taking the easy way out because you're like, oh, well, I already know. Right. That's what it says. For we, where was it? For we are saved by hope. So we're saved by hope, by belief, by faith. That's how we're saved. Because if we believe, we're going to be doing the works, right? But hope that isn't seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for it? But if we hope for that we see not, then do with patience wait for it, right? Exactly. So you're going to be patient. You're not going to be impatient. Right? And you're going to do what you need to do, right? While you're hoping and waiting and having that faith, right? Exactly, right? So like during that time while you're hoping for it, you're going to be patiently waiting because you believe in it, right? And if you don't actually believe in it, don't have that faith, right? You're not going to be hoping for it. You're going to be looking at physical things. And that's how you fall out. Because you were being impatient. Romans 3 and 3, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Right? So if some people didn't believe, does that mean the faith of Yahweh is not real? It's not like effective. It doesn't work? No. Right? It says, Yahweh forbid, yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged, right? So it doesn't matter what other people say. They can say, oh, it's not real. Oh, the kingdom came already. They can say any type of nonsense, right? It doesn't matter if they don't believe. It matters if you believe. Because Yahweh Shem Shai is dealing with the believers, right? You have to believe. So now we're going to Ecclesiasticus. No, Ecclesiasticus 2 and 12. Oh, slack. I went to 12, 2 and 12. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 12. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Right? And faint-hearted, I remember looking this up before. Let's look it up again. Cowardly, timorous, right? So someone who's a coward, lacking conviction or boldness or courage, right? Lacking conviction. So you're not confident, right? You don't have faith, right? Because when you're faint-hearted, you don't have faith. You're not confident, right? You're being weak. You're not being bold. You're not being courageous, right? Being a coward, right? Something might happen in your lot, and all of a sudden you don't believe. You don't believe that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is with you. You're like, oh, maybe I'm not one of the hopeful elect. You start to doubt yourself, like you read earlier about doubt, right? You're not supposed to be in that state of mind. That's dangerous, right? So it says, verse 13, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Yeah, so if you don't believe, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is not going to defend you because you don't believe in him. You're doubting him. You're doubting that he's real. You're doubting that he will save you. You're doubting that anything he said is actually true. So he's not going to deal with the... Think of it. If you have a woman and she's doubting you, are you gonna save that woman? Because now when she's doubting you, you can't trust her. Because she's going to start doing things on her own will because she doesn't trust that you can take care of her. She doesn't trust anything you said is true. So she started doing things and moving shady, and then you know how that goes. Right? It's the same thing with us in the Most High. We're likened unto him as a woman, right? Verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience. So that's what's talking about patience, because they're being impatient. They don't want to wait. And being patient, you have to suffer, right? So they don't want to keep suffering. They don't want to keep going and dealing with it, because when you're in the truth, you go through it. The Most High puts you through fire to purify you, and they don't want to deal with it because they're like, oh, well, I've been doing this for so long. The kingdom's not here. Where I don't want to deal with this anymore. Right? So they got impatient. Right? They didn't want to suffer anymore. So they're weak. Really, they're weak. They're being faint-hearted. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? What are you going to do? You don't want to be able to do anything. When Yahweh shall visit you, you're screwed. You're fucked. Because you lost patience. You lost confidence in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? And he's not gonna help you when you do that. It's just like you have a woman that lost confidence in you, right? When she comes back, she tries to come back, you're like, get out of here. Go away. You doubted me, and now you want to try and come back, right? Now, if that happened during this time, the Most High, there is a period of time where it says, seek me when I may be found. So there is a period of time where you can find Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but that door is closing very quickly, where you can, come back, And that's if he decides to have mercy on you. Like it says in Scripture, Revelation, it's, I think it's roughly paraphrasing. If you turn your back from the plow, you're not fit for the kingdom of heaven. Roughly paraphrasing, right? So, it really comes down to Yahweh Shem Yahushai has mercy on you, Revelation 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable, let me read that again. But the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So it listed right here the unbelieving with the fearful, the abominable, the murderers, the whoremongers, the sorcerers, idolaters. That's how serious Yahweh Shem Yahushai takes someone who doesn't believe. He listed them in this sentence, scripture, with sorcerers and murderers. Right? That's the level of distaste and hate and disgust for someone who doesn't believe. That's what Yahweh Shem Yahushai has for someone who doesn't believe, right? He said they're going to die in the second death. And the second death is the missiles, right? The ICBM missiles, the fire, the lake of fire, right? Like one from the missiles and then two from the chariots, the beams from the chariots, right? So that's how serious it is. That's how serious he takes it when you don't believe. So we're going to go to Psalms. Especially the times right now, you got the whole Ukraine and Russia thing going on, right? Everyone's getting excited, but, the MOTB still hasn't appeared, right? Jacob's trouble still hasn't really, hasn't hit the climax. So there's things that, the scriptures said that he said is going to happen. So if you truly believe, right, it's good to be getting excited because that means, we're almost out of here. It's good about that. You should be getting excited in the sense that, we're getting closer to the end, right, of everything. But there's still things that need to happen. If you truly believe and you understand that, you will, you will understand that you still have to wait. You still have to be more patient. You still got to endure more. There's still more for you to suffer through, right? So now we're at Psalm 27. Okay, Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light. It's the Psalm of David. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord Yahweh is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Right? So if you have Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, you're not afraid of anyone. You don't fear anyone because you have the Lord, right? Right? And that's if you believe in him. If you truly believe it, that he will protect you, right? Then he'll protect you, right? And if you truly have the fear of him, you're not going to fear anybody else because you believe what the Most High can do, You believe it. And you probably have seen it. He's probably shown it to you. Verse 2, when the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Yeah, because Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai protected you, right? That's only if you believe, like we just read. Thou and hosts should encamp against me, which is angels. My heart shall not fear. Oh, slack, it's not talking about angels here. It's talking about an enemy. Thou and hosts should encamp against me. My heart shall not fear. Though war should arise against me, in this will I be confident. There we go, confident, right? With faith. That's what confident means, right? Actually, and a host does mean, well, it depends. Sometimes in the scriptures, it talks about a host encampeth around you. It talks about they could be talking about this right now. I'm not really 100% sure. But maybe actually, let's check out the word. See if we can get the... Okay, so here it's talking about an army, right? Yeah. Yeah, so basically, yeah, that's what it's talking about. So, like, let's say right now we're in Jacob's trouble, and, we get surrounded by the waters. We talk about the Edomites, the beast, the devil, when he sends its flood, right, which surrounds us or camps us. We're not going to be afraid, right? We're not going to be afraid because we believe in Yahweh Shem Yoshai, that he's going to protect us because he talks about raising a standard, right, when that happens. So it says, though and hosts should encamp against me. So it's against him, right? It's not with him, because if it was with him, then it would be angels, right? But it's against him, right? Against me, my heart or my mind shall not fear. So he's not going to be afraid. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. And war is going to come against us. It's already starting to happen. And war is going to come against the Israelites because, we're pushing the word of truth of Yahweh Shem Yoshai, and they don't want us to be doing that. So, and on top of it, the main thing is because of the MOTB. So they're going to come against us to try and make us take it, right? So a lot of us are going to be persecuted. But it says, when that happens, in this will I be confident. So you will have faith. You be confident in Yahweh Shem Yoshai that he will protect you. And even if you are a martyr and you were put to death, even in that time, you're still going to be confident in Yahweh Shem Yoshai because at the end of the day, you're not really dying. You're just leaving this fleshly vessel, right? And you're going to get beamed up first anyways. But if you believe that, then you're going to have faith and you're going to be confident. If you don't, you're going to not be confident and you're going to basically sell out and take the MOTB, right? One thing have I desired of the Lord Yahweh, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple, right? That's what we all hope for. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle should he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. Right? So he's going to hide us in the time of trouble. We're talking about Jacob's trouble. Right? And really any when you're in the truth, anytime many versions of trouble have happened to you, the Most High has protected you. Right? He's protected you. Or it could have been way worse. Right? So during Jacob's trouble, you're going to see him really put in, you're going to see him do his work. You're going to see the spiritual powers, the spiritual interventions that are going to happen. And now shall mine head be lifted up above my enemies round about. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord Yahweh. Hear, O Yahweh, when I cry with my voice, have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou sayest, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Right? Because the scriptures say, seek me when I may be found. That's what the Most High says, roughly paraphrasing. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O Yahweh of my salvation. And this is a good prayer. Like, you're begging to Yahweh Shem Shai, please don't leave me. Please don't, when you're angry, when you come in your anger, don't put me away. Protect me. Right? And if you don't believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, you're not going to beg like that to Yahweh Shem Shai, because you understand, if you truly do believe, you will beg like that, because you understand that, you believe that he's real, because he is. And he has the power. He controls everything. So whatever is happening, he controls whether you survive or you die, right? Whether you're protected or you're destroyed, When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord Yahweh will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Yahweh, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over on to the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord Yahweh in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord Yahweh, be of good courage. Right, we talked about courage. And he shall strengthen thy mind. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Right, so you got to wait. You got to be patient, because he said wait. He's talking about waiting. So waiting is about being patient, suffering, enduring, hoping, believing, right? So you have to believe. If you don't believe, you're not going to wait. You're not going to be patient. You're not going to believe. You're not going to suffer. You're not going to endure. You're not going to want to, because you're like, well, this is not. You're going to think this like, well, this is bullshit. He's not coming. He's not real. Da 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 da. Right? I did all these works. Da 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 da. Right? So, that's what you have to believe. If you believe, you're going to wait. But if you believe, you're also going to do the works. Right? Let's keep it moving. 2nd Ezra's 15 and 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Straight to the point. Psalm 60 and 11. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Right? So if you don't believe, right, like I was talking about, you're like, oh, I don't believe. You're going to try to get the help from man. Right? Because that's what you see, because you don't have hope. Right? And hope is the substance of things not seen, right? So since you don't have hope, you're only going after things you can see. So you're going to see the beast system, they have the armies, the protection, you're like, oh no, I'm going to go take the chip. Right? So it says, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. So it says, vain is the help of man, right? Through Yahweh we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. So Most High Yahweh Shem Shai is the one that destroys our enemies, like we just read earlier in the other psalm, right? So if you believe that he's going to do that, he will do it. So your faith is going to be tested. Your confidence is going to be tested. All of our confidence and faith is going to be tested. Romans 10 and 11. For the scriptures saith, whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. Right? Straight to the point. Right? And the ones that believe on him are not going to be ashamed because they're the elect. The elect are the ones that are going to believe on him, on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? And they're going to get beamed up, and they're going to be in the chariots. The ones that don't believe in him are the ones that are going to take the MOTB, and they're going to wake up in the kingdom as kids, right? And they're going to have shamefaced, right? They're going to be ashamed. So Mark 8:38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Right? So the ones turning back from the truth, the ones that take the MOTB, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be ashamed of them too also. So he's not going to help you. Right? Mark 9:1, and he said unto them, verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here, which shall not taste of death, till they have seen the kingdom of Yahweh come with power. Right? Right? And the kingdom of heaven is going to come back in New Jerusalem when we all change in our bodies. We're going to come down from the chariots. Yahweh brothers are part of that number, But also, there's going to be some that are going to die when the chariots come, right? Some are going to get past, some are going to survive the missiles and all that other stuff that are going to happen. And then when the chariots come, right, then, that's when they're going to die. They're getting beaten up by the lasers from the chariots. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is getting rid of all of them. All the 2/3 are getting destroyed. All of them. None of the 2/3 are going to make it into the kingdom. Well, they're going to make it, but they're going to make it as children, and they're going to be in the right mind. So the last one is 2 Timothy 1:7. For Yahweh hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Right? And a sound mind, someone has a sound mind, if you're one of the elect, you're going to believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You're going to have the hope. You're going to have the faith. You're going to have the confidence. Right? So that's it on that. I said enough. Hopefully, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect that pushes his word and truth across the four corners of the earth. Shalom till next time.